Better watch where I'm kicking down there. That is correct, sir. Happens to be a brand new ECH. Brand, I don't know if you could tell by the fact that I've only managed to scuff it just once. It's not even that bad of a scuff. I've only ever managed to scuff it just once. So, being bored in class, well, I'm glad I could help. No, WZ67. It's a terrible helmet compared to this helmet. But then again, to be fair, a lot of helmets are terrible helmets compared to this helmet. So, yeah, this is lighter than the IHPS, and I think it's better than the IHPS. But then again, I have only read about the IHPS. I haven't ever got to like hold one or like see one really like up close. But this helmet I've seen stop a 308 round to the point where the guy, if he would have been wearing it, when me and Mike shot one, because I got one that was kind of beat up for us to try, one of these ECHs, and it stopped a 308 round out of like a long barrel precision marksman rifle. So not even like a regular like short like general purpose machine gun or anything like that, or like a regular rifle like an FAL or something. It was like a long barreled precision rifle. So it got a really, really good burn rate and a really, really good um, feet per second and stuff like that. So it got a lot more energy out of the round than you would get out of a machine gun or like an FAL or something, because there was also no gas system for it to work. It's just a bolt action, like precision marksman rifle. Nailed one of these fuckers, and if somebody had been wearing it when we shot it, they probably would have walked away from it. They would have definitely had to probably sit in the hospital for a little while, but they would have lived. So I have ultimate faith in this here ECH. And so as you guys know, you've seen on my channel before, I have a Butamus Pasget helmet that I have done every single optional extra and upgrade you could possibly do it. And do I think NATO should adopt the same helmet? No, I don't actually, because I think only about 20% of every military actually even needs a helmet, to be honest. So I don't think they should be adopting it. I think it was kind of dumb that the Marine Corps made it a standard for the entire Marine Corps. I think that was stupid because there's a huge percentage of the Marine Corps that does not need an ECH. An ECH should be for like frontline units, and that's it. That's who should need that helmet. We don't need to waste taxpayer money on that. But then again, I'm not an idiot. But I've also been, for the last 10 fucking years, 100% correct on what the US military was going to adopt and when. 100% correct. I have a 100% track record for the last decade on what the US military was going to do. And unfortunately, I do think they are leaning towards going towards ECHs for everybody. I know they say they aren't. And I think that's because they're a little strapped for cash and stuff right now at the moment. But I do think eventually these will end up to everybody. Because right now in the Army, it's only a frontline infantry helmet. And in the Marine Corps, it's the standard. So the Air Force doesn't have any, and the Navy doesn't have any. But I think eventually all of the Army and all of the Marine Corps will eventually have these or IHPSs. So I'm just saying. I mean, I don't have any experience with a set of Marine Corps utilities. I really wish I could get a pair in medium regular to like try them out, because it seems like it's probably the most sensible, practical uniform, to be honest. So, but I need to get a set to try it out and see how they are. But yeah, so I'm gonna take this here bog standard ECH, and we're gonna do a bunch of stuff to it. We're gonna make her real pretty, get her all gussied up, kind of like I did with this Cry airframe. I took all the standard shit out of it, and I put nicer stuff in it. Gave it a nice woodland cover because I really like woodland. Um, but as you can see, I have the nice epic customizable liner, the scalable liner, the cam fit retention chin strap. Nice 3-to-1 point Wilcox shroud on it. The whole works. We got her all as pimped as she could be. How do people just get brand new ECHs? I got a bunch of them, but I also knew a guy. I knew a guy who was in charge of the factory that made them. So, yeah. That's how you get brand new ones, anyways. Is how you know the guy who runs the factory that makes them, and that's one of the old ones. That's from before when 3M bought them, even, because now they all say 3M in them. This is one of the very, very early ones from when it was just Ceradyne, from back before 3M had bought them. So, which I think they're a nicer quality than the 3M ones. They look to be nicer than the 3M ones. So, because since 3M bought them, obviously it became now lowest bidder. 3M is one of the largest government suppliers. They make fucking everything, and they, I think, dropped the quality to get the contract for the IHPS and a ton of other shit and stuff like that. So, because this ECH is from 2011, so it's from before it was even adopted, because they adopted them in 2012. So this is back. This is like super premium quality to try to get the military to adopt it. That's this baby right here. This fucking baby right here. She's rock solid right there, made out of the best recycled plastic milk jugs. Because that's what basically ultra high molecular weight polyethylene fiber is. It's plastic milk jugs and a bunch of other shit. So, but yeah, so we're gonna pimp that thing out. I think we're gonna spend a little money and get a nice fucking OCP cover for it and some other cool shit. Make it look really nice until I can get an IHPS in size large, for not $1,000, because that seems to be what people want for them is $1,000, and I don't want to spend $1,000 on what is worse than that I got for like $20. But that's just me. To each their own. To each their own. So, yeah, I'm gonna put a nice OCP cover on it, I think, and do a bunch of other cool shit to it, and put a fancy liner in it and a bunch of other neat stuff. I'm looking to buy one of the X-Snape chin straps, one of the fancy Ops Core X-Snape chin straps, or like one of the IHPS X-Snape chin straps, because I like them better than I like these H-Snape chin straps. I don't like the H-Snape chin straps. They aren't as good, I don't think, because they tend to bite, or they sit too high to really serve a purpose at all, or too low and they just get in the way. There's really no fucking good in between. So I like the X-Snape the way to go. So these are pretty easy. These are, you could, apparently OpsCore makes an X-Snape chin strap that's literally this exact chin strap, but just X-Snape instead of H-Snape. But I can only find them in small medium. I can't find any of the large extra large ones. The large extra large ones seem to be out of stock everywhere. But I would love to get one of those to drop in here eventually. But until then, I'll just keep the bog standard fucking shitty army ACH, H-Snape chin strap. Because on my ACH, I actually have an X-Snape chin strap in there, a purpose-built Gentex test chin strap for it in the weird like gray color. I could probably grab it here, show you guys. Where is it? It's here somewhere. All right. Here's my ACH because I also have a brand new like unissued size large ACH, and it has this beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, also unissued Gentex experimental X Snape chin strap. So that's what I want to get for the ECH, and I want to get one of these for the ECH as well, so I don't have the weird X Snape. And this thing also has all of the cool ACH upgrades, like the Cool Tex, nice soft foam, moisture wicking, and then the thing. This thing's full of Orbeez, so it's vented really, really well. And then you dump a bunch of water in your helmet, and all the Orbeez expand, and they're really, really comfortable, and they help keep your head cool. That's what that is. So not standard. You can't wear that, but in the military, it's not approved anyways. But that's another thing I got to get, Thomas. I got to get a Virtus helmet too. Everyone says they're super nice, and I can buy one. I can buy one of the commercial ones for like $800 here, and supposedly it's just this. It's just an ECH with a different liner in it. That's basically all it is. And I think that'd be cool to get one of the nice like suspension ones in it, you know, because they do make Virtus helmets that just take pads as well, like the US ones. But I would like to get one of the ones that has the same kind of suspension system, the like webbing suspension system, like the British the British have in theirs, because they're made by Revision, which is they're made in Vermont, or New Hampshire, or wherever their headquarters is, one of those two places. Um, so they're made here in the United States. I just got to go get them. I just got to buy one. I just got to be willing to spend that kind of money to do that, and I don't really want to spend that kind of money to do that. But yeah, I went out and I did PT today in the pants you gave me, Thomas, and I ran in my boots. I bought a pair of the Solomon. I forget what the Solomon Guardian. It's like their AR 670-1 compliant pair of boots, and I did pretty good. My 2 mile time was pretty good in the whole get up. I thought it was anyways. It was like 13 minutes and 20 something seconds for a 2 mile run, which wasn't so bad. Well, they're AR 670-1 compliant, so they have to be standard. They have to be like at least 8 inches high. So yeah, and I ran in those, and they were not the worst boots I've run in, because I believe you should train as you fight. So you should be doing PT in your like full combat uniform. You don't need like all the body armor and everything, but like you should be running in your combat uniform because you don't fight in your PTs, which I found it really, really stupid that the physical fitness tests are done in PTs and not in like combat uniform. They should be done in combat uniform because that's what you're going to be wearing in combat. So, but so I was wearing AR 670-1 compliant boots, and I ran in them. I ran 2 miles in them this morning at like 4 a.m. and it was a bit cold out. It was kind of nipply, and did pretty good. I think I did pretty good for that. I could have definitely been a lot faster if I had broken the boots a lot more, and if I had put insoles in them, because military boots always come with like a neutral arch in them, and I've got kind of high arches, which just means if I don't put like insoles in them and stuff, I just get really aggressive like heel fall, which hurts my ankles and then my knees when I run and stuff like that. So, but if I put insoles in them and broke them in a little bit more, they'd probably be really good. So I actually kind of impressed with how good they are. So for what I paid, they were like $140 for the nice Solomon Guardians. So I was pretty content with them. So, and they're not too thrills. They're pretty light, but they're not like those weird Nike lightweight like tennis shoe fucking boots. So they're like sturdy. They got triple stitching on them. They're nice rough out. They're stiff enough but flexible enough. They got a nice outsole that's not gonna like pick up a ton of shit, but it's like grippy enough still, you know. And Solomon comes with, I think, the best insole you can get on a pair of boots. They come with a nice actual like name brand Ortholite insole in them, which is amazing. They come very, very good in the boots. So we'll have to do a review on these eventually. And they don't do anything fancy or no thrills in the back. As you can see, they just wrap it around and bam, ba bam. So yeah, it is an early stream today because at like noon I have to go back to the hotel. So and it's 10:15 here. So I have to go back to the hotel, unfortunately, lock bars, just for 2 days. I have to be there Thursday and I'll come home Friday night. So that's the plan anyways. And then I'm gonna be this is my next helmet project right here. This Butamus brand new. The helmet that even Paige said was the best helmet. ECH. Right there. I agree. The hotel kind of sucks, but that's right. Friday's my last day technically. So well, Sunday's my last day because I said I would merchandise on Sunday, but like I'll come home Friday afternoon and then I have Saturday off and then I have like 4 hours of work on Sunday and then I'm going to have like 4 days of vacation. So and then no more hotels. I'll be able to stay home. I'll have some free time. I'll be able to like do shit. It's going to be so nice. Can finally get the gaming streams all set up. Finally get the Minecraft server all set up. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. At least I think so anyways. So start training for the new job. No, it takes 10 seconds to find a new job. I had a new job set before I even um got this before I even quit my last job here. I had a new job all lined up. I have never once for a single second ever collected unemployment, and I don't ever intend to. So unemployment should be for people that actually need it. So people that are like need to provide for their families or like have a disability or something like that, it shouldn't be for just lazy people. So I've big problems with people that just get unemployment because they have like a seasonal job. I'm like, no, that's not an excuse for you to get fucking unemployment. You knew your job was seasonal when you signed up for it. Go fucking find a different job. Like I have problems with people that are like that. There's like, oh, well, my job's only like in the summer, and then I just get paid for like 7 months out of the year of unemployment. So yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, I'm gonna take a couple days, and it's basically mostly just gonna be exercising, cleaning, and trying to get my sleep schedule back to normal because I set my alarm for 4 a.m. today, and I magically managed to sleep in until like 12:45. That was like my body's like, it's time to wake up. It's 12:45 in the morning. And I was like, that's not cool. Um, so I wasn't happy about that. Because I'm not gonna have to like, the earliest I'm gonna have to like get up now for work is like 6. So I'm just like, okay, I gotta work on that for sure because otherwise I'm gonna be miserable. So Fuck Social Security. None of that's gonna even fucking exist by the time I have to retire. The way the government keeps fucking dipping into that shit, it's it's not gonna be there, or it's gonna be basically worthless. The amount that I would get probably as I retire, unless some like shit heavily changes. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's my opinions on that. But yeah, and it's gonna be payday tomorrow. Um, I do have to let my boss know that according to Minnesota state law, he does have 6 weeks from Sunday to get me all of the back pay they owe me legally. So my not my last job, but the job before that, they paid me my last paycheck, but they had to try to figure out how they were going to buy all my remaining vacation time for me because it was stuff that I had already earned. I had like 4 weeks of paid vacation that they had to like buy back from me, and it got to like 8 weeks, and I never saw that money, and I had to call HR from that company and be like, it's 2 weeks past the state labor laws date that you had to pay me for all of that. So can you put me in contact with your legal department because I'm gonna have to take you to court now over this being paid thing. And they were like, well, and I'm like, no, 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 just give me the number to your legal department. And I'm talking to their legal department, and they're just like, well, you know how it is, stuff, people, things just aren't, going as smoothly as we'd like, and yada, yada, this and that. We appreciate your patience. And I'm like, no, no, no. 6 weeks is more than enough to be patient. That's why they give you the 6 weeks. They give you a month and a half to give me all of my back pay. And um, they finally, like 4 weeks after that, ended up giving me my back pay, and they settled with me for $20,000 out of court. After I served them that lawsuit, they settled for me for 20 grand on top of all of my back pay, which they had to buy back from me at time and a half because it went past the 6 weeks as well. So they ended up paying me quite a lot of money to do that. So I gotta make sure to let my boss know that here sometime by the end of this week because they owe me a lot of money. New job, I can't say. I can just tell you it's the government. That's it. That is as far as I can tell you. I'm going to work for the US government, and that is it. That is all I'm allowed to technically disclose to everybody. So, and it might not even be my only government job I'm going to get soon because if the fucking army keeps paying this much money to get people in, hell, I might sign up again to do some shit for a lot of money. I'll do shady government stuff for money. I'm okay with doing shady government stuff for money. I'll go work for the IRS. That'll be fine. I know, right? The benefits were off the charts for this job. It's like, okay, not only am I going to be making, I'll be making a little bit less money to start at this new job than what I'm currently making, but in the long run, it'll be fuck tons more. So, and I'll be working a lot less and not living out of hotels, obviously. Which, hell yeah. I can't say, Todd. I can't physically cannot tell you. I'm not allowed. It's a thing. They're watching me. So I can't just be like, "Oh, yeah, I do this." I'm not I'm not supposed to say. That's all I can tell you. So, there we go. Man, this thing is so comfy since I got it all super upgraded and everything now. I see why countries want to go to like high cut helmets. I don't like them. I don't like having my ears exposed this much. I don't like that. It's not coolio. But it's a comfortable helmet because I did all this cool shit to it. I'll give it that. It's a very comfortable helmet. Incredibly comfortable helmet. Mhm. So what's everyone else been up to? How's everyone else's life going? Now that I'm not like dying anymore and I'm starting to put some weight back on and stuff. How's everyone else doing? Now I can check up on everyone else again because that's like my job. I make sure everyone else is doing okay. Got to make sure everyone else is doing okay because if they're not, I got to do my best to fix it. We're not so sure about that actually, Todd. I very well could be moving. So, woo! Congratulations. I thought you were going to go work for the cable company, Thomas. I thought you were going to fix the internet because the internet sucks and it needs to be fixed. Woohoo! How is that, lock bars? You feel like you're getting old yet? Doing both. There you go. Double dipping. That's the way to get ahead. That's the only way to fucking get ahead in life now is to be double dipping in jobs, unfortunately. So, welcome to the fucking modern economy, people. Hell yeah. As long as you work like 90 hours a week, you'll be okay. You just got to do 90 hours a week and like have no kid and a spouse who also works 90 hours a week. Then you can get ahead in this country. Then you're doing slick. It's what happens when you're young. You get screwed. Oh well. What do you do? Not much you can do. Just keep working your 90 hours, eat your Wheaties that are now like $7 a box and try to get some sleep. There you go. Life gets better sometimes, Thomas, don't worry. Stuff comes around, even if it's only for a little bit. Stuff comes around. Maybe you'll find like $20 on the ground today or something. You never know. You never know. Yeah, I got a lot of fucking cleaning to do in here. And I did a good amount of it already this morning, all the quiet stuff before they started filling all the fucking sinkhole in the parking lot that appeared around the storm drain. Um because the people that owned my apartment building long before the current people did, they never cared about the parking lot. So the parking lot never got like resurfaced or anything. So water has been seeping around the storm drains and uh, all the culverts and stuff like that. And it's been sinking the parking lot and washing away all the dirt under the pavement by running along the outside of the like pipes and the concrete that the storm drain is. So the parking lot got these like big fucking sinkholes in them. And after like 6 months, they finally decided to fix it. They just threw plywood over them, these big fucking sinkholes. So, dude, the post office is making bank right now. That'd probably be a better paying job than what I'm going to be doing. But yeah, so they're finally fixing the sinkhole and they decided to do it at fucking 7 a.m. They're out there with fucking bobcats and fucking jackhammers and shit at 7 fucking a.m. in the morning. And of course, we can't park on the fucking in the parking lot, and I live in the ghetto, so I have to park on the street. So, which isn't great. Parking on the street's not fun. So, at least nobody's touched my car that I know of when I went out and looked at it this morning when I was looking at those fucking guys at 7 a.m. running gigantic fucking equipment in residential neighborhood, really loudly. Seemed like my car was okay. I haven't been down there to like look at it though. So it's probably missing a catalytic converter and shit like that by now. So I'll be pissed if that's true. I'll be so fucking mad if the catalytic converter's fucking gone off my car. Ooh, Thomas can get Marpats. I would like to try some Marpats. It would be really nice. First time I've had them cut off my work truck. Couple times because our work trucks, we don't have any cameras at any of our warehouses, and there's like no gates or security or anything, and all of our work trucks like park outside. So some guy just came by with a hacksaw and cut off of like all 12 of our work trucks, cut all the fucking catalytic converters off all 12 of our work trucks. And then our company just files an insurance claim and they put all new catalytic converters back on the work trucks, you know. And like 3 weeks later, they came by and did it again. And then they just filled out an insurance claim and got all new catalytic converters put on the work trucks. They didn't put any like protectors on the bottom or anything to keep them from doing it again and stuff. So like this fucking guy or like group of people took like between our two warehouses in the area, probably like 40 catalytic converters in a month. That's a fuck ton of money. But props to them. If my company's going to be that fucking dumb, I mean, I guess let them fucking take them. So, at least in my car, it's kind of a fucking pain to get at because it's not right on the bottom of my car. It's like up tucked like into the engine compartment a little bit. So it's kind of a real bitch to get at. And since I drive like an Impala, it's real low to the ground. Yeah, I'm sure. I like props to that fucking guy. I'm not even mad. Good. You can fuck this company all you want. So, well, they're in like 5 countries, lock bars. They're massive. So replacing like 40 catalytic converters is like a drop in the bucket to them. So like I alone, me alone as one employee for this company makes this company like $90,000 a week. A week in profits. And then they have all of these people making just a shit ton of money for this company. It's not even funny. They have so much money, it's not even funny. And then they have the nerve to only pay me like $2,000 a week. And give me no vacation time and give me Wednesday and Sunday off and then decide to take Wednesday and Sunday off because we're short staffed and shit. It's like, come on. Come on. They have so much money, they can afford to do it, but with all the extra shit I do for them. But hey, that's why I'm leaving. It was funny. So remember I was telling that story about how I told my boss how he should go suck start a shotgun. I put my 2 weeks in um last week, and he begged me if I could stay an extra week or two, and I said I'll do it for triple pay. And he didn't think it was funny. I thought it was hilarious. But he didn't think it was funny. He's like, "Well, we're really desperate, man. You know, you should help us out, because we've treated you well." And I was like, "The fuck if you have? You guys have messed up my pay all this time. I get no vacation. You guys have been sending me to these fucking hotels for months on end. You know, I've been losing all this fucking weight. I came to you with genuine like health concerns, and you guys just didn't care. And you're supposedly like you treated me well?" And they're like, "Well, the contract says." And I was like, "Yeah, the contract also says I only had to give you a 3-day notice and then you could get fucked for all I care. But I was nice enough to give you a 2-week notice." So I'm arguing with him on the phone in the middle of a Walmart as I'm just trying to put my 2 weeks in and he's trying to get me to stay for like a month instead of just 2 weeks. And eventually he's like, "I'm going on, you know, Monday. Monday's like going to be my last day. But I'm not obviously going to come in and just work for one day in the work week, so it'll actually be Sunday. So, and unless you're going to pay me triple time, I'm not gonna stick around." So, hello ACM, welcome, welcome. So yeah, so it's been interesting talking to stuff from the company. So this company's real bad. But if you have no life and you like a lot of money and you don't mind working all the time, there's a lot of money to be made. But if you have a family and you like to like sleep and shit, it's not the job for you. But if you don't have a family and you don't mind having weird days off and stuff, so well, my current boss is he's known to explode when stuff doesn't go his way, like really easily. He can't like keep his mouth shut. He can't like be calm about things. He just if stuff doesn't go his way, he just gets flustered and then he fucking blows up on someone. That's who my current boss is. And we all know people that are like that, but it's like, come on. So he just yeah. And he's tried arguing with me a couple times before, but it's just like it always comes down to like us yelling at each other, and then it's me going to be like, yeah, it's about $2,000 a week after your union dues, your health insurance, and all your taxes. That's your take home is about $2,000 a week. And yes, I did get the new job, and but yeah, it gets to the point. I've been making a shit ton of money, an absolute piss load of money. I've got more money than I've ever seen in my life. So, um, but it cost me quite a lot. It cost me a lot of my health and stuff. So, but yeah, it comes out to be like I think before tax, it ends up being like $140,000 a year. So, um, but it always comes down to like when me and my boss would get into it since he took over, we just end up screaming at each other, and it will be it would always just get down to the point where I'd be like, all right, well, you're a 60 fucking 2-year old man who's grossly out of shape. Okay. I will beat you right here. I am willing to die on this loading dock in this warehouse at 2 in the morning. Are you willing to die fighting me on this loading dock in this warehouse at 2 in the morning? Because I do not have a lot to lose. Okay. I will beat you to a bloody pulp and smash your fucking head open like a cantaloupe on the cinder block wall if you don't get out of my sight. That is oftentimes how a lot of that goes. And he just goes, well, fuck you then. And he walks off, because he doesn't actually want to fight me, which would be fucking hilarious because I would body that old man. But, so. Hooray, federal pay. I don't know, my federal pay is starting off pretty damn high, actually. Pretty fucking high. They even said that. They're like, "We're pretty desperate for people and you know a lot of stuff already. So we're going to start you off with pretty high pay because we don't want to lose you to like a adjacent organization." So, I'm like, "Okay, sounds good to me. I like money." So, yeah, it's pretty great. So I'll be making like $295,000 a year. So when I have to retire at 55, they're going to force me to retire at 55, I guess, because apparently you get slow at that point. So, so yeah, it's going to be fun times. God damn it, these fruit flies! I swear to God, these fucking fruit flies! I'm going to lose my shit. I already took my fucking garbage out, and I got to buy some fruit fly traps. I think before I go down to Wilmer again. Because I'm getting sick and fucking tired of these motherfucking fruit flies, and it's not getting cold enough at night to where I can just leave my fucking windows open and they'll all die. Well, maybe tonight it will be because it's supposed to be like what, like 48 degrees or something like that here soon. Okay, it'll be 42. Early tomorrow morning, it'll be like 42 degrees. So I could probably leave my fucking windows open while I'm down at the hotel for the next couple of days, and that'll hopefully fucking kill them all off in here. Because fuck them. That's why. Fucking fruit flies. I hate them so much. So fucking much. So, but we'll go for like another 20-ish minutes. We'll cut it off for like an hour. Because you got to do special stuff. Because I'm going to be doing incredibly violently dangerous stuff. So, so hazard is quite a lot extra. So Yugoslav stuff. What Yugoslav stuff? Got to be more specific on the Yugoslav stuff because I got a lot of Yugoslav stuff. Gear, you got to be more specific on the Yugoslav stuff because almost all of my Yugoslav stuff is gear. All I got, well, the stream isn't going long enough for me to be able to show all of that. So I do have videos on my channel on a lot of my Yugoslavian stuff, though, if you're interested, because it is just all of that. That is all I would be showing you, and it all has its own dedicated videos, which I would recommend you go watch those instead of me just getting the stuff and being like, here it is, because in the video I go, here it is, and then I explain what it is and what it's used for and when it was adopted and all that other good stuff. I was playing some Asanzo this morning. I was not doing very good. I was getting bodied this morning. I would, if when they stopped being $1,000, I was talking about that at the beginning of the stream. I would love to get an IHPS to add to the collection, but I'm not going to spend $1,000 on one, especially when I have like a brand new fucking minty ECH in my size right here. So brand spanking new. I managed to scuff it just ever so slightly right there. That's it. Which Yugoslav helmet do you want to see? Because I got a few of them. An M59. I have an M59 85. How many what? Yugoslav helmets? I've got a couple of the M89s. I've got a couple 5985s. I got like the 5985-90, which is kind of a rarer one. And then I have a shell that was never finished of the M89 Mark II, which was an experimental Yugoslavian helmet. I have a shell from one of those, which is neat because it's like the M89, but it's thicker because the 89 didn't offer the protection they wanted. So like the last year before Yugoslavia fell, they started to make those, and then they broke apart and they never went anywhere with the project. I have a shell that doesn't even have the holes drilled in it of the M89 Mark II Kevlar helmet. So I've got a couple neat Yugo helmets. Hello, Tom. Welcome. Greetings. How are you doing in Isanzo, Tom? Did you win yet? Did you win it all? All right, Lockbars, take it easy. Don't work too hard. Don't work too hard. Try not to, anyways. Bam. Tom was the 13th battle of the Isanzo, it sounds like. The 13th. All right, let's see what I got here. Still have it, thankfully. Is it hiding? Ah, yes. All right. Here it is. This is that really, really rare one that I was telling you about. This is the Mark II 89 helmet shell. So you can tell it's the same shape as the 89. It is just 50% thicker. And you could tell because the rim is obviously a lot squarer. It's kind of a newer, more modern rim compared to like a lot of the 89s, which are kind of that more rounded. It has this very nice, like square rubber rim on it. And it's about 50% thicker than the regular M89 Kevlar helmet. So, and as you can see, it didn't even make it all the way through the factory. It doesn't even have all the holes drilled in it. It's just the shell. So it's just a neat, cool little piece of history because I'm one of the few people that has one. So yeah, it's a pretty nice helmet. It sits a little low. It's not really all that like stable on my head, but it's pretty good. It's actually kind of heavy. It's a lot heavier than a regular like M89 is, but I got one, and it's very rare. And I thought about like finishing it, like actually putting holes in it and finishing it, and like making it into like an actual functional helmet, but that would be like ruining a piece of history. So I got a lot of gear. I've got like the canteens and the mess kits and uh, the other shit like that. I got a bread bag. At one point, I had an M48 rifle. I don't have an M48 rifle anymore. What do you mean? Why? Why'd I get rid of my M48? The guy I sold it to bought it from me for twice what I paid for it. Like way over market value. Paid me way more than it was worth because mine was like mint. And then I just never got another one because it's just a intermediate action Mauser 98. So there's nothing fancy. There really wasn't any cool thrills or anything cool about it. It never participated in a war. So like to me, it was just kind of like I picked it up because it was cheap. I was just shooting with it, just whatever. I didn't have any like attachment to it, any historical value or anything. So it was just I sold it for way more than I paid for it, way more than it was worth. He's happy with it. He loves it to death. Still, he still has it, um, and I just never replaced it. So yeah, got a lot of other cooler guns. I got two Smellies off screen there, two beautiful mint condition Smellies. I got a number one Mark III struck star from World War One, and then I have a beautiful long branch number four right next to it. Both of them are basically unused. They're so fucking nice. Yeah, I want the mountain suit real bad. I do want the mountain suit, but they're kind of pricey to get over here. I would love to have one of those Yugo mountain suits, but that's okay. That's a okay. You know, eventually when I get all the money in the world. But I'm trying to save up, buy a house. Gotta buy a house, and I all that other good stuff. Well, yeah, I would hope all of the Yugoslavian and Serbian stuff is cheap in former Yugoslavia. It's like, well, I live in America. American shit's cheap as fuck here. Sometimes they can't even give it away. So, but like in other countries, it's incredibly expensive. So, ooh, yeah. Buy a house. That's right. I'm gonna buy a house. I'm gonna have a dwelling of my own that I can fill with shit, and then I can get more Kevins. Since we got Kevin here, I just want to add more Kevins progressively, so I could have Canadian Kevin and I could have Austro-Hungarian Kevin, and a bunch of different Kevins. Damn, I bought my M50 985 here in America for $2, $2 whole dollars. So didn't even have any rust on it or anything. It even had the nice red star on it still. Didn't even have like the sticker. It had the red painted star on it, which is kind of harder to find. Yeah, they take up a lot of fucking room, Tom. That is true. They take up a lot of goddamn room. So that one's not so bad, but like I had a corner that I wasn't doing anything with, thankfully. So yeah, it's going good. I still got to put the Trapper Nelson on him in exchange for the large pack that's on him right now, because Trapper Nelson holds more. So yeah, 3 for 15. They couldn't give those fucking Serbian helmets away here for the longest time. There's so many of them. So many of them. And I got the whole like weird square canteen mess kit thing. I got one of the green ones, and then I got the cool orange one. I wouldn't say it's exactly a French chin strap, but it's close. It is a 3-point chin strap. But yeah, I have one of the cool, rare, like search and rescue canteens. It's like blaze orange. One of the like Yugoslavian ones. They're pretty sweet. They're pretty sweet. They're real hard to find, and I have one of those. So, but like they make the water taste fucking terrible, and the pot is not food grade aluminum. So like you get Alzheimer's if you like cooking it and stuff, because it leaches fucking aluminum toxins into your food, and that makes you go fucking crazy. You know, absolutely crazy. I wish I got more into like airborne stuff, but I like just my mud cruncher things. I just like being a mud cruncher, just the normal good old infantry guys. Yeah, the M97. The M97. Yeah, it's the M97. I have the cover for one. I used to have an M97. I sold that because I wasn't super interested in it. But I have the cover for it still. One of the fancy digital, I think it's what, the M10? The M10 camo? Digital. It's like the old like Yugoslavian like woodland camo, but it's like digitized. It's actually really cool looking. It's a really neat looking pattern. It'd actually be really, really good, I think, for a lot of areas and stuff because of the color scheme that it is. But I have the cover for one still, um, and trying to think about where I put that. It's probably there. Here. There. It's a pretty good camouflage pattern, I think. Probably works quite well. So, does it have any stamps or any? This one was made in 2011. And it's 50% cotton, 50% polyester, and it's ripstop. For all of you guys that like ripstop, it's a neat helmet. Doesn't offer a lot of protection, but it looks pretty good. So Bam. That sounds pretty cool, actually, Thomas. That sounds pretty fucking cool, not gonna lie. Where do I get one? That's what I want to know. Where do I get one? I would like to get one. You got so many damn helmets sitting around over here, boots and stuff sitting around, getting in the way. I'm gonna have to all put away. There we go. Still not better than this though. Still the best, Thomas, right here. Can't beat it. This is it. End all be all of helmets. Right here. Right here. The pads in mine are very old, so they are very hard. So I'm looking forward to replacing the liner in this one, because these are probably the same pads that were in this helmet in 2011. So the pads are over like 10 years old, and you're supposed to replace them every 6 months because they get hard. And when I say they get hard, they get like really hard. The ACH pads get really, really, really hard. They have like no squish to them at all after a while. So, which isn't cool. That means you're not safe. You're not being safe if you don't replace Kosovo. We all know Kosovo is a great country. They deserve to be free. All other good jazz. I'm just saying. Everyone deserves all their freedoms. All the freedoms. Everyone deserves all the freedoms. That's what I say. I don't know. I know a lot of people in that area of the world are very sore about a lot of political topics. Like whenever I mention like Macedonia in one of my videos, oh my god, the war that starts in the goddamn comments when I just say fucking Macedonia, and people get all like uppity about shit, and I'm like, dudes, just take a chill, okay? So it's just like I'm not gonna say the big long fucking former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia every time I want to say the name. Yes, I know there's a place in Greece called Macedonia. No, I don't have a dog in this fight, nor do I care. You guys can bomb the shit out of each other over a name for all I want. I could care less. So, but I'm not gonna say the abbreviation or say the whole ass name or whatever, to be politically correct. I'm just going to say Macedonia, and people lost their shit when I did that. So yeah, I know some people are very touchy feely about like Kosovo and, Yugoslavia and Macedonia and all these other things that I really could care less about. So, I mean, the United States tried in 1812, to be fair. Oh, they changed it to North Macedonia? Well, that memo didn't make it to the United States, Tom. But to be fair, a lot of shit doesn't make it to the United States. So that's right. Don't you mean the United States should have taken 1812? That's when it all started. The United States literally invaded Canada. That's how the whole War of 1812 started. And then they lost because the White House got burned to the fucking ground. Bodied. America just got bodied. So the only one who did any good was good old Andy Jackson down there in Louisiana, who rode his old fucking ass all the way from Tennessee to Louisiana. Do you have a problem with the goddamn redcoats? Because I don't know if you could tell by this flag right here. I'm just saying. Just saying. And the queen just died. So there's a lot of angst in the former British Empire right now. I know you're joking. It's fine. No, it's fine. Like I was just talking about how people get fired up. It's fine. I could care less. You could say whatever you want. So you have the freedom to do that. I will let you say whatever you want within reason, obviously, as long as YouTube doesn't have a problem with it. So, because freedom of speech. Firm believer in freedoms. You can either have them or you cannot. You cannot pick and choose. You either get your freedoms or you don't. So, hooray. At least that's how I look at it, but I'm a lot easier going than a lot of other people. So, still got to eat some lunch here too before I go. Got to pack. Got to pack all my clothes into my backpack. Fair. I mean, you're not wrong, to be fair, Tom. You guys should just take it back already. What's stopping you, to be honest? Then you could just put the king of Norway, on the king of Denmark, because he's Danish anyways. You know what I mean? Like, be like nothing happened. And then Norway could have Greenland, and then you're primed for your invasion of America. Danish, English, and Swedish? Okay. I say Finland takes all of it. That's what I say. Finland should just take all of it. Oh, Swedish royalty. I mean, that makes sense. They're neighbors. Yeah, everyone's gonna get what's coming to them soon enough. Unfortunately. But I mean, doesn't that mean they're all German? Because isn't pretty much every royal family somehow tied to a bunch of these like fucking German, fucking Holy Roman Empire states back in the day? So, because I know pretty much all the British royal family is German, and I know that a lot of the Spanish royal family is German. So, yeah, see? So they're all just German, anyways. It's fine. That's fine. We all know America's just going to come take everyone's oil eventually. That's what they're good at. They're real good at it. Real good. Too good, probably. Oxide? Seen a couple of his things, but I haven't had time to like do a whole lot or watch a whole lot the last couple of months. So, what do you mean, make it safe? Like, what's wrong with it? Well, depending on when it was made, it won't have any asbestos in it. So most of them are probably going to be fine. Because there's no asbestos, anyways, in the mask itself. It's all in the filter. So it's already there. But yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about the asbestos. It's probably fine because that's actually kind of like an interwar, like World War I thing. Um, and then most countries didn't use asbestos in their gas masks or their filters or anything, anyways. So I have an OnlyFans. So far, there was a contest, and I'll tell you this, York, because you're new. Yeah, I don't think the British used um, any asbestos in the Mark V. So I think pretty much after World War I and kind of the 20s and 30s, the only countries that were still using asbestos were like communist countries, like the Soviet Union and kind of some areas like that. They would have some in theirs up to like the 50s, but most you're fine. And besides, you probably shouldn't be wearing that one anyways, because the filter's probably bad in it. And the thing about gas mask filters is when they get old, they get way harder to breathe through. So I probably wouldn't be wearing that if I was you anyways. So, but yeah. So, but okay. So back to my story, York. I do have an OnlyFans, and it does actually have stuff on it. And um, there was. I don't think that video exists anymore because I think it was deleted. But I did mention in a comment to somebody what my OnlyFans name was, and it never amounted to anything. I never thought anything of it, and then like 2 years later, some guy found it, and he sent me a message on OnlyFans asking if I was such and such on YouTube, and how he found this in a comment in an old video. And I said, I will give you a free subscription for life, but you can't tell anybody about this because now it's like a game. People have to try to find it. So, but one guy did, and he's a regular commenter, and he knows who he is, and he hasn't told anybody or anything yet, which is funny because he thinks it's hilarious too. But it is out there. So, and I said for enough money, I would give it up. So, yeah, those old gas masks, the filters are pretty much shot in them anyway, so I wouldn't put them on anyways. So the good old Avon M50, hell yeah! I haven't even got to try one of those yet. Well, I got my C4 off screen there, and that one needs a new filter too. You could breathe in it, but it's kind of a chore. But yeah. Well, you got about 50 minutes to clean up some shit, eat a snack, pack some more food. Well, you don't need to. How many chemical attacks have the United States participated in the last 100 years, Abraham? I'll wait. I know what the number is. So that's fine. Well, mustard gas is like nothing. He's got sarin, and a gas mask isn't going to save you against sarin because sarin will go through your skin and fucking kill you because it's a nerve agent. So, oh, not much. We're talking about chemical gas, Alexi. We're talking about all the famous, all the good chemical gas and everything like that. So, yeah. And here's the thing: it's like 5-10 seconds of exposure to sarin will kill you. So, and I don't like gas. There's like a couple things I mean, there's a couple things I don't. I'm actually getting a phone call here, so I'll probably have to cut it short because I gotta answer this. So, all right, you guys. Well, I'll see you here in the future. Adios.